Innovation, scale, impact. These are ideas that Engility drives in the development community today. Ideas that are rooted in the work of one man in particular. For 22 years, Asif Sheikh led IRG, now Engility. During those years, he set a standard for innovative thinking and pragmatic action that contributed to some of the most significant and sustained development impacts in recent decades.
I was a UN volunteer in Niger in 1972 at the age of 22 years old. There was a major drought, cattle were dying, crops were dying, and people were starving. Even with all of the suffering, what I learned about the rural populations of Niger is that they were determined to restore the lives that they had lost despite everything they were going through. 15 years later, there was a second drought, and at this point I was working with IRG, and we visited farmers. We saw what the actual problems were on the ground, and it's only in that way that you can understand what's really happening to people and what might be useful to help them get out of their situation.
The Opportunities Study, led by Asif Sheikh, was instrumental in helping the governments and the development community understand that devolving authority, giving secure tenure, was absolutely vital. Initiatives like the regreening of Africa would not be taking place today if it had not been for the development of those principles 25 years ago.
I worked with Asif on the Agriculture and Natural Resources Management project. His impact on the Sahel has been to put in the type of innovation that can lead to reforestation and improve farming and overall improvement in the livelihoods of the farmers in the Sahel region.
Ultimately, the success belonged not to any of us, but to the people who made it happen.
In the late 1970s, Asif recognized that household energy innovations could be more effective in slowing forest loss than just planting more trees. The fuel wood energy principles he wrote about in Botswana in 1980 established the basis for the Kenya Renewable Energy Project.
The ceramic stove was about twice as efficient as the traditional metal stove. After the Ministry of Energy decided that the clay stove was the way to go, we organized training courses for developing a stove unique for Kenya, the Kenya Jiko. The amount of charcoal for Kenya has been reduced significantly. About 40% of the charcoal stoves are the new improved ceramic stove.
In West and East Africa and around the world, Asif established a tradition of innovation and sustained impact. Now, Engility is building on this tradition, committed to delivering sustainable, innovative solutions to the developing world's toughest problems.